Hey you guys, good morning, good morning. I think I'm the only one here, so I'm going to figure the rest of this out. I think I can't watch from my own channel, so I'm going to have to sign out. And of course, do I know how to do that? There we go. Hi guys. I see 4 of you. Hi. Hi, Kara. Okay, so I'm just setting up my iPad so I can read your guys' comments, so give me just a minute. Living large on Lifetime. There we go, live now. Technology weirds me out. Like, I don't mind trying to figure it out, but trying to figure out in front of people makes me nervous. Okay, so live now. 15 of you guys, hi. Okay, now I just need to figure out how to get to the comments. I'm almost there. Oh, hi guys. Okay, we've got Kara, Bobby, hi Bobby, and Eminem from Berkeley. Hello guys. Tina, hi Tina. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so excited you guys. There are 13 of you. You don't need to all say hi. What I'm gonna do is try my very best to read the comments as they come so that someone who's watching this later can figure out what the heck we're talking about. So, Lisa, hi from Missouri. Hi guys. Look, I'm already hot because technology makes me nervous. I'm in the backyard, so this is the pretty side. This is the backyard side. Okay, so let's talk about the book. Sometimes I Lie by, who is it? By Alice Feeney. You guys, was that not the best book? I hope you guys all like psychological thrillers, because that's what that was. That was amazing. So I feel like, first of all, you guys go ahead and type any questions or whatever you want to discuss about the book, but I feel like, first of all, we need to clarify the characters, right? Because that kind of threw me off, and I know it threw Sally off for a minute. So the characters. How funny, I'm frozen. Oh, I'm frozen. I hope you guys can still see me, because I'm not seeing any comments. Can anybody comment? Or do I need to start this over? Oh, there we go. There's a comment. Mandy, hi guys. Okay. Okay, so you guys can still see me. Am I frozen? No? Okay. Awesome. Okay, so, oh hey, and if I have my glasses on, I can see the comments on my phone. That helps a lot. Okay, so you guys can all see me. Good. I had to pause for a minute because I was like, I don't want to talk to myself. Did anyone think she had multiple personalities for a while, or maybe she did and that's the part I just don't get? That's a good question, Tina. Holy crap. So first of all, hi Bonnie. So first of all, let's talk about Taylor and Claire and Amber, right? Okay, so the journal, you think that the journal was written by Amber for the longest time, and then you find out later it's Claire's journal, right? And then you find out even later that Taylor is Amber, right? So does everybody get that part? Claire wrote the journal and Amber is Taylor, right? You guys all get that? As far as the multiple personalities, I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, the little girl. It did say, okay, so I listened to this twice, and I do have to say, listening the second time, you really kind of catch a lot of things. Like, Amber is crazy, like, even early on, and I didn't get it the first time, that she was, like, super crazy, but when she's talking about how she is a TV personality, when in all actuality, she is just the PA, she's just the assistant. So, and a lot of weird things, like she's looking in the mirror in the bathroom talking to the PA. That's her. she's wacky. She is wacky. So as far as the multiple personalities and the little girl, with the little girl, I listened again, and the second time, oh, Claire is psycho too, Kara. Claire, they both are, like, they feed off of each other. But the little girl, when I listened the second time, she did say that the little girl was herself, I believe 25 years ago. So the little girl was her 10-year-old self, and then Amber is now 35. So 25 years ago, that's the little girl. But if you think, so I think that the little girl was Taylor as a 10-year-old, but she kept singing all those nursery rhymes. And Amber said early on that Claire would sing all those weird nursery rhymes, but she always got the words wrong. Well, from the very beginning, the little girl was singing the nursery rhymes and getting the words wrong. So you might be right. Whoever said that about multiple personalities, Tina, you guys, is this, no, it can't be the same person though, because Amber cannot be both Claire and Taylor, because then who did she torch in the end, right? And who brought the bracelet? That's another mystery. So, I don't know. Do you guys think do we have the characters right? Or is Amber Taylor really Claire also? What do you guys think? Super bizarre, right? I don't know. Initially, I was thinking too, I have like a few questions here for you guys to think about. Initially, I thought that the baby might have been Edward's. Did anybody else think that, or was that just me? Joe, oh, Kara says Joe was the one that made her think about multiple personalities. So, oh, Tina, the line of thinking about Edward's baby or Paul's baby went out the window by the end. Yeah, actually, and that's true, because she had morning sickness before Edward ever put the whatever in her drink. So she had morning sickness way before that, and you don't know it's morning sickness. You think that she's like just like stressed like a basket case, and so she's throwing up and nauseous all over the place, but she had morning sickness, and that was before Edward did anything to her. So it really was Paul's baby. Bobby said, I was mind blown. It would make a great movie. I bet. Remember they did The Girl on the Train? And they also did, there was another movie that Gone Girl. This would make a fabulous movie. Oh, good. Eminem said, yes, I thought the baby was Edward. So I wasn't like totally wrong in that line of thinking. So I was gonna, oh, Joe. Let's go back to Joe for a minute. So Joe was actually, this is so crazy. Anybody who's tuning in and did not read this book is gonna be totally lost, right? So I know a couple people have not read the book yet, and I hope you guys come back and look at the discussion after. Oh wow, you guys, Kara just said Legendary has bought the rights and will make it into a TV series? How long? Oh, I don't know if that's very satisfying though, because with a TV series, there's never really much closure, right? It just goes and goes and goes. So yes, Mandy Wilborn says Joe was an imaginary friend. Yes, that's right. But you don't know that in the beginning when Amber is saying, you know, my best friend Joe from work, my only friend Joe from work, and she meets her at the bar, and her and Joe have drinks. So you don't know that in the beginning, but Joe was Amber's imaginary friend from the beginning. Amber gave Joe to Claire for Claire to take with her when she moved, but Claire never really took Joe with her. Claire had her in the bathroom when she cut her hair, but Claire never really clung on to Joe at all. But she did know about Joe. So then when Paul was mentioning, oh, there's this friend Joe from work, but I can't get a hold of her, blah, 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 Claire knew what he was talking about, and she knew that Joe was an imaginary friend. So that was weird. And then what about, you guys, Joe is kind of weird, but what about the fact that Joe, remember when Joe walked into the hospital room holding 10-year-old Amber's hand? That's weird. I mean, I don't know. I guess if they were friends from way back then, I don't know. I don't know. But why was Amber seeing 10-year-old Amber like early on? At first I thought maybe it was her dead baby, and her mind was telling her the baby's dead and here's the baby. Why was she seeing her 10-year-old self like all along? Which part did you miss, Mandy? The whole Joe thing? Or it was bizarre. Like, can you guys even imagine writing? And Kara said this will probably be a mini series, so that would be okay. But I mean, eventually you gotta close this thing for me. It was when the fire happened. What was when the fire happened? And which fire? And wasn't it gross that Edward fried in his own little tanning bed, but they never found the body? Maybe Edward is out there somewhere because they really only found skin and blood, right? So Edward's still out there. Oh, the little girl happened when the fire happened. Is that when she started seeing the little girl? That's interesting. I missed that part too. There's so many, like, can you guys imagine writing a book like this? Did this author like start at the very end and, you know, have the end of the plot figured out, and then she had to go back and add all the twists to make it add up? I don't know. Mandy says with the little girl, maybe she was traumatized. Oh, it was traumatized memories of them being little girls. That is probably true, because although Claire was the weird, mean one as a little girl, what she did with the fire really traumatized Amber. It made her obsessive compulsive. It made her have to go see therapists at the hospital or wherever she saw her therapist for quite a few years, and it made her estranged from her parents. So whatever it was that Claire did with the fire, it totally messed up Amber too, which I don't know if it should have messed her up that much, but I guess that's a pretty traumatic thing to happen. But it messed her up for life, obviously, because then she went back and did the same thing to Claire. Kara says the tanning bed was a totally cool way for him to die if he did die. You're right. Only Claire or Amber would think of that, right? So, and neither one of them had an alibi for the night that people heard him screaming. So it could have been either one of them. I think I'd like to hear more details on how they got him in the tanning bed and forced him to stay there. And what the heck did they do with the body? I don't know. Kara says, I love the way I was fooled into thinking the diaries were Amber's. I know, me too. Like when Amber finally says those are Claire's, were you just like, what? I was like, wait a minute, rewind. That was pretty bizarre. This author is just amazing. That's why, I mean, it boggles my mind to think of how you would even go about writing a book like this. I have no idea. I couldn't, obviously, but I loved this book like so much. Hi, Gina. You didn't read the book? You gotta read the book, Gina. You're gonna be totally lost though if you listen to us right now. Eminem says the diary thing was a great twist. There's so many amazing twists. Bobby said, I was like, holy, yes, me too. So many weird things. Okay, so I have a couple of other questions. Tina said, that's why I thought multiple personalities for a while there. Yeah. Bobby says, Gina, you need to read the book today. Did anybody read it twice like I did? I really only read it twice because I wanted to be really refreshed for this discussion, and because when I listened to it so fast because I couldn't get enough. But I am so glad that I actually went back and listened to it again, because I picked up so many things that I didn't notice the first time, and it just really helped clarify and solidify all the things that we're talking about, like, oh, that, and oh, that. So hi, Rosie. Rosie is new to my channel. Welcome. Did you read the book, Rosie? Because if you didn't, you definitely need to jump in for the next month and read the book with us, because this is so much fun. Oh my gosh, Eminem says she listened to it in one day. See, that's how I was with this book. It was like so good. I couldn't stop. I could not stop. And I think I may have, I know I finished it before I even went on vacation, so I may have finished it even before April 1st. It was so good. Bobby, you need to read it again, because especially after this discussion and after you kind of clarify some things in your mind, you'll be like, aha, aha. Rosie, I'm so ready for May's selection too. I'm going to tell you guys at the end who the winner is for May, but you probably got it. Debbie, that's cool. Debbie read this book while at Disney by the pool. I would love to be at Disney by the pool right now, but it's cloudy. Okay, so the other question, so we all did kind of think that it might have been Edward's baby, but it wasn't in the end, because she had the morning sickness before Edward drugged her drink and took her home to rape her. Who is the little girl in Amber's dreams? We got that figured out, although I still don't know why. Why would this little girl be singing nursery rhymes with the wrong words? Because that was Claire's thing, right? Claire, so maybe this is still, you know, maybe she still is all the same person. I don't know. I don't get that part. So if anybody knows why the little girl who was Amber 25 years ago was singing nursery rhymes with the wrong words, also, she had no eyes for a while. Her eyes were scratched out, or you just really couldn't see her face. Why did the author do that? That was kind of weird too. Bobby, you read it before the first too. It was just so good. Okay, here's a question that I don't think I ever resolved. Yeah, it was creepy about the eyes, huh, Bobby? Like, I don't know about that little girl. So here's a question. Why did Amber and her parents never talk, and they left nothing for her in the will? They left nothing for her at home. They left everything to Claire. I get that there are probably a lot of people who don't talk to their parents as adults because of whatever, but this isn't just not talking to them. This is they completely cut her out of the will. And the last message that her dad left on her phone, or on the voicemail, I don't know why things got so bad that they literally were not talking to her and completely cut her out of the will. They were her parents, not Claire's parents. So why did they? I don't get that part. Do you guys have any ideas on what would have made things so bad that they completely split ties? Also, I thought it was interesting that Bobby says because the other one was a manipulating lunatic. I think she took her life over. I think you're right. I think Claire wanted to be Amber so bad when they were little that she totally did. She started calling him mom and dad. Yeah, she wanted to be Amber. Kara says it felt like she had such anger that they took in Claire, and Amber felt like she lost out on their love at that point. I agree, but did she ever have their love? Because from Claire's point of view in the diaries, okay, Mandy said, I think it was because Claire was just so manipulative. She managed to make her parents become her own parents. But still, I mean, you guys that are parents, your own child, would you just cut ties just because of a crazy child that you took in? But it's weird because Claire, from the diaries, Claire makes it sound like, oh, Amber's parents are so sweet and they love Amber so much and they do this stuff together and they bought her this cute bracelet, and Amber's parents are wonderful. They eat popcorn together and watch movies and blah, blah, blah. It didn't sound anything like there was any kind of animosity between Amber and her parents before Claire moved in. So I think it's weird that later, when they are talking in the hotel, at the hotel restaurant, when Claire, Amber, and the mom went to the hotel, and Claire was like 9 months pregnant. Claire was not at this breakfast, and her mom, Amber's mom, is saying, I didn't want you. I never wanted you. And she even gave Amber to the grandmother for her to take care of most of the time until she got older and was more self-sufficient. So Amber's mom never even wanted her. So it's weird that Claire's perception was that, oh, Amber's parents love her. Oh, they love her so much. They got her this bracelet. And yet, when Claire, or when Amber's mom says, I never even wanted you, and yet she loves Claire so much. What a, right? So Kara says parents can love two children. I agree. I have two kids and I love them equally. But I think if I took in someone's kid, there's no way I would have the same love for that kid. It would be different. And there's no way I would cut my own two kids out and just have the new kid, you know? And that's me. Bobby says that's why Amber went nuts and had to get her back in the end. She did a good job, right? Eminem says Claire took over Amber's childhood, yet Amber stayed loyal to Claire. I don't get that. I don't either. It's because she was so manipulative. Bobby said the mom isn't getting Mother of the Year for sure. Well, she got hers, right? I couldn't even remember, like, how did Amber's parents die? And they died in like some coach crash out of the country. So that was kind of minor and kind of weird. But yeah, why, you guys, why do you think Amber was so loyal to Claire? Even at the end, she wanted to, at the end when she was confronting Claire, she said she wanted to be really mean, but she couldn't because she still loved her more than she hated her. Why? Why did she, I mean, why was she so loyal to Claire? Because when they talk about being little girls, Amber didn't even really want to be Claire's friend that much, you know? And then when Claire stuck up for her and got kicked out of school, Amber was mad that, look, now I have to be here by myself without you. So, oh, and she was also kind of upset that Claire never let her have other friends. So, I mean, it's not like Amber was like, oh, I love Claire so much. She's my best friend and she moved in with us and I'm so excited. So why as an adult does she have such strong loyalty, even though she knows that Claire was a cracker? Kara says, I thought it was funny that Madeline basically stole Claire's house and Claire got Amber's house. That was an interesting twist to the story, right? Madeline? That was weird. And then in the end, she gets prosecuted for setting the fire. That was weird. So Madeline, to clarify, you guys, yeah, Bobby, she's a real cracker, huh? So Madeline was Claire's aunt, right? And when Claire set the fire, killed her parents, it obviously didn't burn the whole house down. So, or the apartment, whatever it was, and Madeline ended up getting the house or the apartment. What? Oh my gosh, right? Like, you guys, these people are like insane. I know, I forgot about Madeline too. And remember how Amber is so loyal to Claire, she does what Claire wants. The only reason she had that PA job was to burn Madeline because Claire told her to. So I don't know how she got lucky enough to actually get the job, but she was only there, not for her career. She was there to burn Madeline and to get her because that's what Claire wanted her to do. Oof, Claire. So Bobby says probably she felt sorry for Claire and she was manipulated. Like those people that are abused and feel obligated to their abuser. True, and like, Claire was around so much of Amber's life by that point that she didn't know any different. That was life and that was love for her, right? Because she had already been so manipulated. So I can't even imagine what these therapists thought that Amber went to. Like, what was going on in her mind? And did Claire have to go to a therapist? She should have. She was the crazy one. So Kara says, also, I didn't know in the beginning that Amber was a PA and not Madeline's co-host. I know, me neither. But then when I found out at the end and then reread the book, the author totally wants you to think that because there are times when she says, oh, Madeline's PA writes all of the letters. Madeline's PA does this. And she even, and of course, then she goes and she writes a letter to Madeline or on Madeline's behalf, and she has Madeline's diary, so she knows her schedule. So the author totally wants you to think that in the beginning. The weirdest part to me was when Amber was in the bathroom and she had to throw up, and then she goes out of the bathroom and she says, Madeline's PA was there, and so she looks at her in the mirror, and Madeline's PA, you know, kind of gives her a half smile. It's her. It's her the whole time. She's the only one in the bathroom. So weird. So weird. Oh man, Bobby says that was diabolical when she left the microphone on. That was so perfect. Holy moly. And Kara says, exactly, she talked about the PA in third person, which also adds to the possible personality disorders. Yeah, that was a creepy bathroom scene, Bobby. That was weird. It wasn't so creepy at first, but then when you realize, dude, you are talking to yourself. Weird. Like the first time I read the book, I was like, oh, you know, Amber is kind of weird because she's obsessive compulsive and yada yada, and she does kind of weird things, and she's like she has like no self-confidence, but you don't realize what a weirdo she is and how many problems she has until you know at the end she's the PA, and then you go back and read it. So weird. I had another question for you guys, and now I don't remember. It was off the top of my head, but it was very important. So, okay, next question. Oh, this is the one. This I gotta know, because at the very, very end, and this is maybe why Claire had so much power over Amber. At the very end, in the journal, when Amber is feeding the journals to the fire, and the little twins are watching going, ooh, fire. That's not a good thing to teach them early on. But so Amber is feeding the journals to the fire, and she reads that last sentence about the fire. So she reads in Claire's journal. Claire wrote in her journal, she said, Taylor told me to do it. What do you guys think about that? Did Taylor really tell Claire to set the fire? Or did Claire put that in the journal because she knew that she would be able to hold that over Amber's head for years and get her to do anything? What do you think? Did Amber really say, oh, go set a fire and burn your parents so we can be sisters forever? I don't know. I don't know, because, I mean, maybe she did because she was so traumatized by the fire too. Like, more traumatized by the fire than Claire. So maybe she was so traumatized because it was her idea and she told Claire to do it. Maybe? I don't know. Do you guys think that she really told her? I thought that was weird. That was like right at the end, you guys, there were so many like last little straws, like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So that was one. Okay, and at the end, when they're already on the book tour, they have the twins. The twins are Amber's and Paul's now because, oh, Mandy said it was Claire's way to blackmail Amber. But how would Claire know at age 10 and a half, I'm gonna write this in my journal so that I can control Amber for the rest of her life? Two peas in a pod. That's right. That's right. Maybe the whole story is a lie. I feel like this book seriously needs a sequel, especially because of the last scene. But I don't know. So at the end, they have the twins and they're celebrating an anniversary at the beach. What anniversary are they celebrating? Because Amber comes in from the beach and Paul says he's gonna get some champagne, and she's like, it's not our anniversary. And he said, not that anniversary. What anniversary is it? It's not, is it the anniversary of getting the twins? But the twins are still pretty young. Maybe it's a 1-year anniversary of getting custody of the twins? I don't know. Kara says, I do. I don't think it took much to push Claire, especially after she pushed her pregnant mother down the stairs. That's right. I forgot about that. She did push her pregnant mother down the stairs. She hated her mother. Her poor mom. We definitely need a sequel, right, Tina? Because I'm like, what? What? So, Kara, you think that, oh, I don't know, Claire's so wacky. Claire did hate her parents badly. I kind of feel bad for her mom. Like, her mom was a wacko, and then she turned into a massive alcoholic. But I don't know. I feel bad for her. Like, she didn't know how to be a mother either, but she didn't deserve to die or even get pushed down the stairs. So yeah, that was weird. So you guys don't know what the anniversary was that they were celebrating at the end? Because I don't. So the kicker though, at the end, the reason we most definitely need a sequel is because where the heck did the bracelet come from? Right? Holy moly. Bobby says, can you imagine being afraid of your child? I've heard stories like that, and no, that would be awful. You're right, she was afraid of her in the end, but she was kind of bullying her in one of the last scenes, but I don't know. So you don't think it was the anniversary? Kara says, no, I don't think it was the twins. So you don't think it was the anniversary of getting the twins? I don't either. Dee says both girls were nuts. Yes, they were. 2 peas in a pod. So freaky. So the bracelet though, I mean, okay, the first time I read the book, I thought that when Claire and Amber at the end were reconciling, and Claire was like, I'm sorry, and I think Amber was still in the hospital. Claire was like, I'm sorry, and she left the bracelet on the hospital table for Amber because she wanted to give it to her as like a peace offering. So I thought that Amber had the bracelet, but when I went back and listened again, Amber rolled over in bed and did not take the bracelet. So then Claire left and took the bracelet with her. So Claire still had the bracelet. Claire had the bracelet like this whole time. So then if Claire died in the fire, who brought the room service and dumped the bracelet with the room service? That drives me insane. That drives me like so insane. Who was it, you guys? Is Claire still alive? Claire's not alive. Because, I mean, there's obviously, Madeline is on trial for setting the fire. They never really said specifically, did they, that Claire died. When Amber went at the very last to set the fire, she had put whatever drugs in the food for the Valentine's dinner for David and Claire. David was already dead, she said, because he wasn't moving or whatever, but Claire was still alive. So then she played the recording of the twins crying just to torture Claire a little more, and then she set the fire, right, and left. So nowhere did it really specify that Claire was dead. So maybe Claire is alive, but no, you would think, I don't know. Amber wouldn't be as freaked out about seeing the bracelet at the end if she knew Claire was alive. She was freaked out about seeing the bracelet because she thought Claire was dead. And now she's like, where the heck did this bracelet come from, right? Bobby's like, maybe she is all one person. And what if it's all one person doing this? I kind of, you know, you guys are kind of talking me into that theory because Amber really could have done all of this except, I mean, she could have been the same person throughout all of it except setting fire to Claire's house, right? And she couldn't really be the same person because what about the twins? I mean, the twins came from somewhere and she couldn't have kids. So I don't know. It's a fine line, but I don't think they were all the same person. Oh, hi, Mary Jo. Mary Jo said she didn't read the book. You're going to be so lost at this discussion, but she just wanted to say hi. Hi, Mary Jo. Hi, Christy. You made it. Christy read the book, I know, because I was like, Christy, help me, I'm not getting it. So Kara said, I've heard the theory that Amber stole the bracelet back during the fire And then due to possible multiple personalities that Amber left it to herself but didn't realize it. What a freak. Eminem said, I thought about the all one person idea too. And Bobby said, it makes you think for sure. Yeah, this book, right, Christy? We're Christy, we're kind of thinking that Amber is Taylor, yes. We're thinking Amber is Taylor is Claire. Are they all the same person? I don't know. So Christy, maybe you can help us with a couple questions. One thing we don't know for sure, and I don't know if there is an answer to this question, but we don't know for sure why Amber and her parents literally cut ties so far. Excuse the car noise, the neighbor's leaving. He's probably wondering why I'm talking to myself. So we don't know why Amber and her parents totally cut ties. And then we don't know what anniversary they're celebrating at the end at the beach, because she said it's not our anniversary and he said not that anniversary. So those are two things besides the bracelet that we don't know for sure. The book is called Sometimes I Lie. Maybe the whole thing is a lie. You know what? I actually listened to the end 3 times because after the last time I was like, okay, so it ended with the bracelet being there, and then what? And I couldn't remember. I was like, was there more? There's not. It ends with the bracelet being there from the room service, and then she goes over her 3 things again. Oh, you guys, I just realized something. Okay, so the bracelet is there from the room service, and she goes over her 3 things again. My name is Amber, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes I lie. Okay, in the beginning, remember who's writing the journals? Claire. And why is Claire writing the journal? Because it was a school assignment, and her school teacher said, if you can't think of anything to write, just write 3 truths. That came from Claire. Claire was the one all along in the journal saying, okay, number 1, this, number 2, this, number 3, this, right? Okay, now when you wake up, so at the very beginning, it's Amber saying, number 1, I'm in a coma, number 2, my husband doesn't love me, and number 3, sometimes I lie. That's Amber. But those 3, the habit of saying 3 things came from Claire. And then in the end, Amber again, my name is Amber Reynolds, and then I can't remember what the second thing was, and sometimes I lie. I think they're the same person. That just convinced me. Tina, yeah, we're totally thinking Amber, Claire, and Taylor are all the same person. You guys, now I have to, I totally want to read it again with that thought process. Okay, the second time reading it clarified a lot of things for me, but if we're really going with the theory that they are all the same person, we all need to read the book again. We do, and we need to have another discussion. So Christy says, I hadn't thought of that. I totally think that's it. And I mean, you guys, I did not even have that theory before this discussion, but that whole thing with the 3 statements, that just solidified it for me. They are the same person. Dee says, absolutely the same person. Bobby says, I wish you could do sound effects on here. Boom! We got it, guys. We got it. This is the most enlightening discussion. Oh, hi, Sally. Sally's at work, so she says, speak loudly. My mother-in-law is behind me. It's awkward to speak too loud. But hi, Sally. Sally, we just figured out, we all think that Amber, Taylor, and Claire, same person. Same person. Oh my gosh. My mind is blown now. Totally blown, you guys. Totally. I got it. I don't know now if I should listen to this book again before next month's, but no, next month is. So Tina says, that was my original thought for like half the book. Dang, you're smart, Tina. Really, until she got to the end, and then she was like, what? That's Tina. Tina, you're pretty smart, because I had such a hard time even just keeping Amber and Taylor and Claire and Joe separate, that Holy crap. Mary Jo says, now I'm wanting to read this book. You gotta read it, Mary Jo. You gotta read it. I mean, you just kind of got the punchline, but I think you'll still really, really enjoy the book because it's like, Sally says, what? I'm not thinking that. Sally, you know what totally just made me think that they're all the same person is because in the journals are Claire's journals. She's writing the journals because it was a school assignment. And the teacher said, if you can't think of anything to write, write 3 statements, 3 truths. So all through the journals, Claire is saying number 1 this, number 2 this, number 3 this. But the book opens up with Amber saying, number 1, I'm in a coma. Number 2, my husband doesn't love me anymore. And number 3, sometimes I lie. And at the end, Amber ends with, number 1, my name is Amber Reynolds. Number 2, whatever number 2 was, somebody tell me. And number 3, sometimes I lie. Same girl, same. Holy crap. So, Tina said, I'm listening to it again. I am too, I have to. So, Bobby says, yes, I suspected it's all one person once I found out about the journal. And Christy says, I've never read a book that had so many twists and turns. Me neither. And the fact that I didn't even figure it out until I started talking to all you guys, and now I'm just convinced. But okay, if they're all the same person, right? What about David and Paul? Okay, who was the real husband and where did the twins come from? Could she really have babies? And the twins are really hers? Or did she take over somebody else's family? And what about the 2 sets of parents? How do we resolve that? The thing about the death with the second set of parents is like so minor. I feel like that could have been something that she told herself, that, you know, she just made that up. But the thing with the first set of parents and the fire, obviously her, totally her. Kara says, in the beginning, Paul and Amber's relationship was bad. Yeah, because Amber was thinking, he doesn't love me anymore. What do you think actually fixed it at the end? Him almost losing Amber, the new book deal, getting the children, or all of the above? I think there were times when he was home and she was home and they didn't really talk, and he left to go take care of his mom and didn't tell her anything. So I think a lot of that whole Paul bad relationship thing was in her head. She was thinking that he didn't love her anymore because of the underwear and because he left, but he had an explanation for all of it. So I think their poor relationship was totally in her head. At the end, yes, things improved dramatically, and I think that's, I would say, because he almost lost her. He kind of like was like, whoa, you know, and so he, of course, probably improved his attitude, and of course she probably, maybe she put herself in a coma. I don't know, to make him love her more. That would be very manipulative. But if that's the case, then maybe Edward was a whole made-up thing too. I don't know. Bobby says maybe they stole the twins or maybe they don't exist. Maybe they're Edwards. Mandy says, but Paul had conversations with Claire at the hospital. Yeah, but so did Claire's dead parents. Not Claire's dead parents. Oh, Paul had conversations with Claire at the hospital. Yeah, he did. So who was that? Or was she dreaming that up? I don't know. I'm still convinced they're all the same person, but that leaves a lot of loose ends, you know? Bobby says maybe she did, or that coma part was a lie too. She probably, you know, if she wasn't in a coma, she probably faked it. But then what about the whole Edward thing? I mean, I guess she could still have this wacky boyfriend from the past. And you know what else fits? Is that when Claire said and Edward confirmed that all the letters that Claire sent to Edward saying leave Amber alone, or, you know, I'm gonna ruin your career, Claire said, oh, I may have signed your name to them, and Edward confirmed, you sent these letters to me. So same person. Right? She's so nuts. So Kara says, the conversations with Claire at the hospital, you hear the conversation from Amber's point of view. And Christy said, yes, he did. I'm just not 100% sure they're the same person. I don't know. The more I think about it, I'm convinced, but I feel like, see, now I definitely have to read the book again from the mindset that they are the same person. Because when I read the book again, understanding, you know, all of the roles and that Amber was just the PA and not, you know, the TV personality or the radio personality, things clicked and they fell into place. Now, from the standpoint of they're all the same person, if I go back and read it again, will all those loose ends be like, aha, aha? I think yes. And that would totally explain the bracelet. But you know what? If she is the same person, she is definitely like very for real, like multiple personality disorder. Because if she left the bracelet there for herself and then she's freaked out because she doesn't realize that she left the bracelet for herself, she's seriously wacko. And people that have for real multiple personality disorder, they really think that they are, you know, this other person. I think that's her. Chrissy said, yeah, I think listening from that assumption could clear it up. Bobby says Sybil, for sure, right? Man. So I don't know. I wrote down some of these questions and you guys helped clarify them, but then you opened up a whole new set of questions. Tina said there are probably book club discussions all over the place having the same conversation, right? Right. I read in preparation for this a little bit. I kind of read just a couple, not book club discussions, but like a couple of reviews and comments that people had left. And excuse me, I did not get this from any of them though. And I literally just skimmed a few, but none of the ones I read pegged them for being the same person. So I don't know. Debbie said, and then there was the invisible friend Jo. She could be another personality. She totally is. Totally. There's the Jo personality. There's the Amber as a little girl personality. Then there's Amber, Taylor, Claire. 5. Wow. Oh, Kara says Jo left the bracelet. So Jo is not just an imaginary. See, I don't think Jo is an imaginary friend. I think she's another personality. And so that would make sense if Jo had the bracelet. Well, when Claire took it, and then Jo got it somehow, and then Jo gave it to Amber. Christy said this was the perfect first book for our discussions. It totally was. You guys helped clarify so many things. Kara said I was just kidding. I'm not. She's the same freaky deaky person. What a weirdo. Bobby's like, boom. Right? Oh my gosh. So that was awesome. You guys, any more questions? I mean, other than the whole new set of questions that we just made for ourselves? Who's gonna read it again? I am. I have to now. I mean, I kind of wanted to, but after I just decided that they're the same person, I'm totally gonna read it again because I have to see. Bobby says I have to. Christy says I am. Right? I mean, you guys let me know, like either email me or put it in the comments. Do you guys think, so I have Dee's gonna read it again. So I have a Facebook group. I hesitate making too many Facebook groups for one thing. I think I just answered my own question. So I have a Facebook group that is by personal invite only because I just don't want like a lot of weirdos, you know. But I feel comfortable with all of you who are in this discussion right now because we are talking back and forth, and I know most of you already, and you're real people. So if you are not on that Facebook group, it's called, I think it's Team Living Large. If you're not on that Facebook group, could you please friend me? Christy, I don't know if you are. Dee, I think you are, but I'm not sure. Kara, Bobby, you guys, could you please friend me. My Facebook is Julie Reyes Almanza, so I can personally invite you to that Facebook group because I think we need to discuss this more after we all read the book again. So Christy, you're in? Okay, good, good. So one of us, you know, as you read it again, when you're done, let's discuss this again, and we can do it in that Facebook group because I want to know what you guys think if we read it again from the mindset that she is the same person. What kind of questions will be clarified? Okay, so post in that Facebook group. Debbie, yes, please friend me so I can put you in the group. Oh my gosh, what an awesome discussion this was. I have like goosebumps because now I'm like, oh, gotta read it again. And I am so excited for the next book. D, you're not in it? Okay. So I'll go back through the comments, and all of you guys that are right here in the group. Tina, I don't know if you're in it, Tina, either. So I will make a list, and if you guys, I'll try to find you, but if I don't, friend me, okay? So anyway, I want to put you guys in that group. So, oh, Kara says Alice Feeney is writing a new book called Sometimes I Kill. It comes out February 2019. People are saying it's a sequel, but I saw an interview with Alice and it's not. Oh, Julie says, please hold up the book I just got here. I don't have the book, Julie, because I listen to books on Audible, so I don't have, look it up. It's called Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. It's Feeney. Oh, Tina, you are on that group. Okay, awesome. Eminem just friended me. Perfect. Yeah, sorry, Julie, I don't have the book, but you gotta read it. You gotta read it. So I'm super excited to have more discussions with you guys after we listen again. And now I'm torn because I already started listening to next month's book, and it's really good. I think what I'll do is finish next month's book and then go back to Sometimes I Lie. That's what I'm gonna do. So are you guys ready for next month's book? You probably already know, because if you looked at, you know what, Christy, I always wanted to be part of a book club, and I never thought I would actually host it, but I am having so much fun because I love that we all love books, we all love the same genre, and we all, you know, want to read and talk about it. So that's awesome. Dee, I know you're in the running one because I just added you, so I'll add you to the other Facebook group too. Okay, so for May, everybody voted, or everybody who wanted to have a voice voted. So May's votes, The Ghostwriter got 1 vote, Behind Closed Doors got 5 votes, The Good Daughter got 1 vote, The Chalkman got 3 votes, and bada-bada-bum, The Flight Attendant got 11 votes. So May's book is going to be The Flight Attendant by Chris Bahalian. So I have to confess that I downloaded it Friday night because I was looking at, I knew I would have to walk to work yesterday and I needed something to listen to. I couldn't take it any longer. So I downloaded it Friday night and I listened to, I think I'm like the first 3 chapters. You guys, this book does not disappoint. Like literally from chapter 1, you're like, oh my gosh, this is bad. So it's super good. So that is the book for May, The Flight Attendant. Yay! And yeah, I'm gonna, Bobby, me too. I'm gonna read The Flight Attendant and then I'm going back to Sometimes I Lie. So Lisa, okay, friend me. Are you saying count me in for the Facebook group? Further discussion on Sometimes I Lie? Or The Flight Attendant, or both? I can't wait. Look, I converted a lot of you guys to Audible books too. So, you know, I'd love to sit down and actually read a book, but I just don't have time to just sit and like do that one thing, you know? So I am so thankful for Audible. I've been a member of Audible for probably almost, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, and did you know, you guys, once you buy the book on Audible, you have it for forever. So you can go back and download it again and listen again. So it's yours for forever, even if you discontinue the service. So Mary Jo says, I'll read it. Yes, Mary Jo, totally. Eminem says, I love Audible books and podcasts too. You know, the only podcast I can really get into on a regular basis is Fat Dag, but he's amazing. That's such a good podcast. And Rosie's going to get the book. Yay! Tina says, I listen while I walk, in the car. Tina, I have the earbuds, so if I have my hair down, nobody knows. So I listen while I exercise, I listen in the car, I listen while I'm grocery shopping, I listen at work. There are some things at work that I really have to like unplug and focus. So like not 100% of the time at work, but oh man, I love, love, love books. Kara, I'm the queen of multitasking. I try to, but I mean, sometimes you just gotta like focus on one thing, right? And you know what? The other day, the Swing into Spring challenge was to do your exercise with no digital anything, no noise. That was, I mean, it was challenging for me, but it was actually a little bit refreshing because I was able to think through some of my own things, like some of my goals and where I wanted to be and envision myself doing those things. So I mean, it just kind of helps solidify my own thoughts and goals. So I guess it's good occasionally to totally unplug, but I don't know, I love books. Tina said I was going to message you what brand of earbud you have. I can't remember the brand of it, but I did do a video, and the video is called What About Those Earbuds? Because I actually have two different kinds. So the ones that I have used the most are super, super cheap. Eddie finds them for me on wish.com. They're just small, super cheap. They come with a charger. They're like $1.99 up to maybe $6, depending on which color you choose. So cheap. So I would recommend that you get two though, because the battery life is like maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe about 2 hours if you're listening like constantly. So get two of them. What are AirPods? Are those the Apple ones, the little white ones, that stick ones? Anyway, if you get the cheap ones at wish.com, get two so that when one dies, you can listen to another one while the first one is charging. And then Eddie got me a nicer pair, and that's the brand I don't remember the name of, but he got them on Amazon, and I think they were about $30. They last so much longer, but they're harder for me to get in my ear real solid. But they also have a charging case. So when one dies, I put it in the case to charge and listen to the other one. So they are nicer, but they just don't fit in my ear right. So AirPods. I love the earbuds I got from Wish. Super cheap, right? Did you get more than one, D? Oh, and then also the cheap ones from Wish, I would say they kind of start to get a little wacky and the quality goes bad after like 4 or 5 months, so you'll need to replace them more often, but not a big deal because they're so cheap, right? So Mary Jo, okay, I don't know about, my problem is that I have a hard time having any earbuds stay in my ear, especially when I'm running, so that's why I haven't done the AirPods, because I need something that actually like wedges in. Or if I don't, then when I start running, my ear gets sweaty and they just like flop out. Oh, hi Rita. You almost missed us, but I'm glad you tuned in. Oh, you want AirPods for Mother's Day. Hey, Debbie's family. Hint, hint, hint. So you got 2 pairs, D? Good job. When is the next video discussion? Oh, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. So Julie in Oregon. I love Oregon. I love the Oregon coast. We used to go to Tillamook and Cape Lookout every year for vacation. So we're gonna do 1 book a month, and we're gonna do 1 book club discussion per month. So the next book club discussion is going to be the last Sunday in May, which actually is Memorial Day weekend. I'm not really going anywhere, and I mean, if I was, I could just take all this stuff with me. So it's going to be the last Sunday in May again, and at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So that will be the next one. And the book that we are reading for May is The Flight Attendant, and Lisa wants to know who the author is. Dude, I can't say that name to save my life. Mary Jo, you were born in Portland. Awesome. Okay, so for Lisa, the author of The Flight Attendant, I'm going to spell it for you. It is Chris, thank you, Julie. Julie just typed it for you. Julie. Julie just typed it for you, Lisa. It's Chris, Bohjalian. Rita's in the Walmart parking lot about to grocery shop, and then she remembered this live chat. I'm glad you tuned in. Rita, you have to go, I mean, later when you have time, listen to this whole discussion, because if you read the book, we just went off on some really amazing idea for the whole plot, and you're gonna want to read it again. So when you get into Walmart or when you get home, you gotta go back and listen to this whole video, because your mind will be blown. So yes, we're doing the flight attendant. So it is 11 o'clock, guys. This was so much fun. I hope that the flight attendant is as much fun to discuss. So far, it's like really, I mean, it's really got me already, like, oh my gosh. So it's gonna be a really good book. I don't think it's gonna have as many twists and turns as Sometimes I Lie, because that would be super hard to beat. Sometimes I Lie was like, wacko. Right, Kara? This was perfect. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in with me on a Sunday morning or afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you, Sally, for tuning in from work, and all of you guys for popping in. Dee says it's 4 a.m. Oh my gosh, Dee, I forgot you're in Australia. You guys, Dee gets the biggest brownie points of all, because it's 4 a.m., which means you woke up at 3 a.m. for this discussion. I love you so much. You are awesome. This was fun. So I will see you guys all in my videos, and I'm gonna go through and hopefully get you guys all added to the Facebook group. It is Team Living Large. If we're not friends on Facebook, please friend me. And if I don't recognize, if your name is different from your YouTube name, please let me know, because I may not recognize you. Like Eminem, your name is probably totally different on Facebook, so let me know that you were in the book club discussion and you want to be added to the Facebook group so we can talk more about Sometimes I Lie. Martha, okay, thank you. I was like, okay, there's more to this. That was so fun. So I will see you guys in the Facebook group. Oh, hi, Claudia. Claudia, you just missed it, and you have to listen to this whole video, because you have to see what we came up with about the book. Have a great Sunday, Dee. Go back to bed, please. I demand it. She said it was worth it. All right, so I'll see you guys live the last Sunday in May, and let's get to the flight attendant. Bye, guys. See you later. Oh, I never know how to end this, so I'm just gonna turn it off. Awesome, Julie. Bye. Thanks, Rosie. No, I don't want to be live.